Good morning and welcome back to Prime of Midlife. It is stupid o'clock in the morning, as you can probably tell. I am up and about, and I have just had a phone call from my daughter Kathleen. Now, if you've been watching the channel for a while, you will know that Kathleen works in care. She visits people in their homes to help them, and she's had two things happen to her clients in the last 48 hours, literally 48 hours. So I thought I would come on here and just go, please be careful. First, there was somebody going round the area where some of her clients stay, which is an area of where a lot of pensioners, it's the pensioners' houses, the little bungalows and stuff that get put up. And there was someone going round telling them that because of where they live, their home insurance is going to go up, but he can help them and just sign here sort of thing. Now, obviously, because I've worked in insurance for so many years, Kathleen knows about insurance because she's heard me telling her. And so there was a couple of, this guy was at more than one of her clients' houses, so she was being a tad pedantic about allowing him to speak to her clients because she's like, no, that's not how it works. No. And she didn't get a card off of him. She couldn't get any information. He sort of flashed a badge and that was it. Please, do not listen to anyone who comes to your doorstep about insurance. Do not. And 90% of the time, don't listen to anyone who comes to your doorstep. If they are from somewhere, get where they're from and then go and look up that number. So if, for instance, here, if they said they were from the council, don't take the number on their badge. Go phone the council and make sure there's supposed to be someone at your door. If it's supposed to be from your insurance company, phone your insurance company on the number you have, not the number they give you. And basically, don't let anyone over your doorstep that you don't know, that you're not expecting. But Kathleen was horrified that this person was going round all the doors in the pensioners' houses. Obviously, certainly looks like a scam from where I'm standing. And certainly for Kathleen as well, for the point of she phoned me, going, aren't I right? And it's like, yes, you are absolutely right. I don't see any reason to let them over the door. So that was the first reason. So that was the phone call yesterday. I've just had another phone call this morning. A call came into her client's house and the client said to her, go and answer the phone for me. Now, the number is a local dial code. And I don't know about you, we've got quite a small area dial code. We're not in a big city, obviously. And yet it takes in quite a few towns. But because we've been here all our lives, there's a couple of numbers after the first four that tell you where it's from, what it is, etc. And it was a local dial code, which Kathleen knows. So she's like, oh, could be the doctor, could be the hospital, could be the care, it could be anything. So she answered the phone and it was a recorded call from Visa telling the person, like as in Kathleen's client, or telling the person at the end of the phone, they don't really care who it is, that there had been a couple of actions on this person's Visa account and could they please contact the following number. They think it's fraudulent. Now, obviously Kathleen's wise to this. What also made her think was she knows this client relatively well and they very much shop local. And what they were saying, these items were for, like, there's no way my client did that. So she took the details and explained to her client that, she's pretty sure it was a scam. Apart from anything else, one of the main reasons we know this is a scam is that our local dial code pretty much does not have banking services. There's no banks left in the small towns in this dialing code. So there's no way a number from this dialing code would be phoning any of us to say, oh, there's some fraudulent activity on your account. We know that. So, if you get phone calls about strange activity on your account, do not speak to them. Do not get involved with them. Put down the phone. Take the details if you want. Put down the phone and phone your own bank, your own card provider. Never ever phone the numbers that you get on a recorded message. Ever. And if anyone phones you and tries to scare you by going, oh, we need to know now because we've got to stop it, just tell them, say, that's fine, thank you very much for letting me know, I will deal with it, and put the phone down. And do not phone back. Do not phone out for quite some time, because what they'll do is they will keep that line open, and when you try and dial out, they'll go, oh yes, I'm the bank. They're not. Do not dial out. Use a different phone if you can. We have a landline here, so that's what I would use. Switch between phones. Use your partner's mobile. Use your daughter's mobile, your son's mobile. Use somebody else's phone to get it checked, even if you go to a neighbour. Because I know that there's a programme on the BBC in the mornings that I saw. I can't even remember why I saw it, but there's a programme on the BBC about scammers. And the guy breaks into calls and everything. I mean, it's fabulous. But they're getting very sophisticated. And now with Christmas, with everyone buying presents, etc., and possibly using their cards more than they would normally, this is going to be something big. So please, please, do not engage. Do not engage on the phone. Do not engage on the doorstep. Take any details you want. And certainly, do not be scared. Do not listen to any scaremongering of them saying, oh, but if you don't do this, oh, but if you don't do that. I'm sorry, thank you for letting me know, goodbye. Put the phone down and use a different phone to contact your own people. The fact that Kathleen's met that in it's well known that that's a retirement home area, where there's a lot of retired people, it's the little bungalows. The fact that she's had that twice in 48 hours means that the scammers are starting to up their game big style for Christmas. So be safe and don't speak to anybody. Catch you later.